everybody. Welcome to the Random Onion.
Zombie horror, obviously with zombie stuff, like Train to Busan is my personal favorite zombie thing.
Yeah.
I know there's other zombie stuff. Shaun of the Dead does zombies really good.
Shaun of the Dead is great.
I love Shaun of the Dead.
My favorite's always going to be that original Dawn of the Dead movie, just because of like the sheer panic that's happening as the outbreak is going on.
Yeah.
You get a real sense of like just society starting to collapse around you. It's executed very well, especially in that first half of the movie. You get to kind of see the police response, and it's weirdly enough, it's the only movie besides Train to Busan. That's one of the things I like about Train to Busan that does that is most zombie movies take place after the outbreak has already happened.
Yeah,
it's not during the outbreak while shit is going down, and that's what I want to see more of.
Yeah,
especially, and I'm a big fan of the movie Battle Los Angeles. It's about it's a war movie about a Marine platoon during an alien invasion. There's a lot of gunfighting in it. It's very gritty. It's very. I would love to see something like that about like a military platoon during the initial onset of a zombie outbreak.
Right.
Just because you have the civilians running around, you have the chaos. I would love to see something like that, and it is a shame that we haven't gotten to see something like that yet.
I will point out there's another movie that's done zombies in the initial breakout that I think the movie is awful. The book is really good, but the movie is awful. It's World War Z. And I think that's one of the biggest complaints I have about World War Z is the book. It does a really good job at what I was just describing. Yeah.
You have the Battle of Yonkers, which is just that is an awesome chapter in the book.
Absolutely.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And then you talk about later on the Battle of Hope, which is the humanity's first. I wish we could see stuff like that, full scale military versus zombies on the big screen, and we don't really get to we see it, but we don't get to see it because in every zombie movie, the military is either a bunch of douchebags and the bad guy, or I want to see a war zombie movie.
So speaking of that, I've played a lot of Resident Evil games with zombie stuff. So Resident Evil 3, the opening cutscene of that game is a bunch of military guys. They're private military, but they have fully automatic weapons, and they're all getting overrun by the zombies. There's nothing that they can do to stop them. Jill, the character you play as, is wearing a tube top and a miniskirt and has a pistol and is able to stop hordes of zombies with it.
She's got that main character syndrome.
Yes, absolutely.
but I mean, like I was saying, I would love to see a full-on war zombie movie about the military. But yeah, I think that would be fun. I think it would be great.
Zombies have really fallen out of fashion.
It got so oversaturated. If you want to do,
really did.
If you want to do zombies, you have to do a new take on them. I know a lot of video games they do special infected and shit like that, but stuff like that in movies would probably be really helpful.
Yeah.
I like World War Z's idea of the fast zombies, but that's probably the only interesting thing about that movie.
I mean, that movie, it's fast zombies that are a little bit... They fucking create a tidal wave. How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, no.
What I love is that frickin' Game of Thrones decided to copy the tidal wave of zombies.
Yeah. Well, Game of Thrones did it in a way that made sense. They're more magical zombies. They're more revenants, I guess.
Well, I was talking about the actual, in the long night.
Yeah, the tsunami of fucking whites.
The tsunami of whites that come out of the darkness.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
Speaking of out of the darkness, no. What we're talking about, for those of you who don't know, I wrote a few books, and they are called Out of the Darkness. The first one's Operation Lazarus. The second one's called Gods and Monsters. But you know what? They've got fucking zombies in them, and the military fights the zombies. So let's
there you
fucking go. That's not even like 10% of what goes on in that book. But zombies need to make a comeback, but they needed like a more like refreshing take on them.
Yeah.
I guess.
So they kind of tried to do it with the Last of Us TV show because they're fungi zombies.
Yeah, which the Last of Us TV show, I was expecting that show to be god awful, and it turned out to be pretty decent.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I really liked the first game. Never played the second game, and I never will. But
My one complaint about that show is the last episode, I think. And I know a lot of people like it. I didn't like the final gunfight in it. Just because it's like, you know, Joel's going through the building. It's playing all this like sad music. And I know it's supposed to be like a sad moment in the TV show.
Yeah.
It's just, it didn't really feel climatic to me. It's just this sudden like, oh, this is so sad. This is so tragic. Just kind of like, and I get why they did it. It's just, this is supposed to be exciting. I'm kind of bummed out now.
Well, I guess I would say that they didn't. It was not trying to go for exciting, because the whole purpose of that final scene is that he's found out that in order to get the potential vaccine for the fungus they have to kill her.
Yeah.
And over the course of the show and in the course of the game, it's a much better done in the game. But over the course of the show, he's become more and more attached to her to the point where he actually does care for her, which at the beginning of the show is exactly what he was trying to avoid. He didn't want that to happen. So, and that's
a good show. I don't like the fight scene. I don't like that, you know, it's so slow, or the gunfighting seems so slow.
Well, they got to make it believable, I would say.
Yeah.
Because in the game, you can get fucking mowed down by a fucking fully automatic rifle, and you sit there and put some bandages on. You're fine.
I guess what I mean by that is it doesn't feel like a tense moment to me. It feels like more a somber moment. And whenever I think about like gunfighting and stuff like that, I want it to be tense. And like I said, I wish there was a bit more excitement to it. But as soon as that music starts playing, as soon as it starts going slow, you know exactly what's about to happen. But I mean, if you play the games, you know exactly what's about to happen.
I knew exactly what was about to happen.
So, but as someone who didn't play the games,
I remember actually the first time I played through that game, I got to that point and I was actually confused. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I killing these people? I have to kill these people in the hospital? Is that what I'm supposed to do? And yes, you are technically supposed to. I think I actually ended up abstaining from killing a lot of people in that scene when I played through it the first time, and I just ran to the end of it because I didn't know what the hell was happening. But I was also an idiot, and still am an idiot, but I was a bigger idiot back then.
But yeah, no, I did, like I said, I did enjoy the show. That was the only like complaint I really had about it.
Yeah.
That and they needed more zombies.
Yeah, they really focused too much on the humans. They didn't have enough zombies.
Yeah.
Enough zombie stuff, which sucks because they created some really interesting zombie scenes and zombie mechanics that they just decided not to really follow through with as much. Like the fungal network that they have under the ground, where if you kill one zombie in one area, it can alert a bunch of zombies in another area.
Right.
And then the bloater that pops out of the ground.
That was a good scene.
That's the only bloater, and that is actually 100% practical. There was no CGI in that.
No, seeing that thing come out, I was like, oh shit, stuff's about to go down. And it does go down for like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, he actually does the bloater execution on the guy. If you get caught by the bloater, he rips your head off in the game. And he does that to the what's-her-face's buddy, who actually is the voice actor for Tommy, I believe. in the video game.
Yeah, that episode, like, I loved the ending of that episode. I did not like the leader, the woman that was supposed to be like the leader of all these like military men. It made no sense.
A lot of people didn't like her. I didn't like her at first, but she grew on me in the second episode. It made more sense to me because she was actually the second half of a pair of leaders. Her brother was the main leader, and she was the secondary.
That makes
leader.
a little bit more sense because I'm sitting there like, why are they following her orders? This woman is not a very good actress.
She's not. I couldn't get the fact she plays the stalker in 2.5 Men, and that was all I could see while I was watching that. I think her name is Rose or something.
But yeah, no, like HBO, they've got some shows that they can execute the zombie stuff pretty well. Game of Thrones, I think, did their take on the zombies with the whites. I really enjoyed that. Just the fucking craziness of them. They're fast, they're brutal, and they're the White Walkers can use them very tactically. I enjoy that. I would love to see that kind of thing in a modern setting.
Yeah.
I think that would be really, really interesting.
Yeah, could be cool. I would highly stress. The last time I really liked the whites in Game of Thrones was Hardhome.
That was very good.
That was a very good episode. Everything past that, I fucking hate.
Yeah.
This has been a rambly as hell video.
Yeah.
Talking about
bullshit.
Yeah, basically. Thanks for watching.
If you made it this far.
Yeah, if you did make it this far, please feel free to comment and say that you made it this far because my voice is tougher and I'm unable to talk anymore.
Like and subscribe, or I'll tickle you.
I fucking hate.
Yeah.